As the Sermon on the Mount begins, a hush falls over the crowd. Jesus starts with the Beatitudes, a series of blessings that lay out a divine perspective on humility, mercy, and righteousness. He declares, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." With each beatitude, Jesus unveils deeper layers of wisdom, challenging the conventional understanding of the law and setting the tone for the sermon. The crowd listens, captivated, as Jesus imparts a new vision of what it means to follow God's ways. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. These were not just words, they were a new way of life, a new perspective on righteousness and humility. Imagine the crowd's reaction as Jesus delved into the heart of ethical living, challenging the conventional understanding of the law. He took the familiar commandment, "You shall not murder," and expanded it to include even anger towards a brother. He pulled the rug from under their feet, pushing them to see beyond the letter of the law into the spirit of it. Then, with the same intensity, he addressed lust and love for enemies. "But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you," he declared. His words were revolutionary, a call to break free from chains of hatred and vengeance, a call to a higher standard of love. And he didn't stop there. He spoke of forgiveness, of releasing grudges and embracing reconciliation. It was a radical shift from the norm, a new way to live and to love. These were not just commands, they were an invitation to a life of love, peace, and forgiveness. Can you picture the faces of those listening when Jesus concluded his sermon with the powerful parable of the wise and foolish builders? In this parable, Jesus spoke of two men, one who built his house on rock and another who built his house on sand. When the storms came, the house on the rock stood firm, while the one on the sand collapsed. But this was more than just an illustrative story. Jesus used this parable to emphasize the significance of putting his teachings into practice. It was a call to action, a call to build one's life on the solid foundation of God's word. He made it clear that merely hearing his words was not enough. One must also act on them. The wise builder, Jesus explained, is the one who hears his words and puts them into practice. This was not just a story, it was a profound lesson about the importance of building one's life on a solid foundation.